The City of Stairs by Robert Jackson Bennet follows a foreign spy as she investigates a murder in a city that once belonged to the gods. The City of Stairs isn't my first read from Robert Jackson Bennet. I read Foundryside and loved it, but I hated book 2. So I went into The City of Stairs hopeful but worried and skeptical. But it hooked me right away. Right off the bat, and continuing all through the entire book, it had really solid pacing. I'd compare it to running a half marathon in the mountains with a group of friends. It's long, like epic fantasy long, but there's so much to entertain you that you barely notice the distance. There are so many sights to see and so many interesting people with you to make the experience really fun. The vibe of the novel would be something jazzy 1920s, something like this. And then, because it's all about God, something like So Say We All by Audio Machine. Or Dizikaje, I don't know how to pronounce this, Palanini by Dizivia. Just listen to it. The world of the Divine Cities trilogy is very intriguing to me. I think my favorite piece of world building has been to see how the different cultures reacted to the sudden disappearance of the gods. Though probably a small part of the book, word count wise, the detail completely captivated me. I picked the 1920s jazzy vibe because the story takes place in a more modern setting. And while I say 1920s, I'm really not quite sure what era to pair it with. It doesn't feel quite up to our current level of technology, but nowhere near medieval. So yes, finally, another modern set fantasy that takes place not in our world, including my own novel. I've now found 5, but don't worry, I'm still on the case. While I loved the world, I did have an issue with the specific setting. The book is called The City of Stairs, but the city feels rather generic. The stairs don't appear all that much and don't have much impact on the story. This wouldn't be a fantasy novel if I didn't imagine myself exploring this world. So would I vacation there? Without a doubt, I give it a 5 out of 5 star rating for vacation ability. In actuality, I'd find a vacation there really amazing, to marvel at the sights and the cultures and hear the tales of the gods, but also frustrating not to be able to go see everything. And would I live there? For sure. Though I think I would prefer to live during the time of the gods instead of the current era. That is mostly born out of a desire to see more of this world, not that I don't like reading about the time after the gods. And depending on what city you're in and what god you're following, it might actually be scarier to live during the time of the gods, so maybe I need to amend that. I said in the beginning the novel is like running with a bunch of friends and just having all kinds of fun, and that's because I thoroughly enjoyed spending time with these characters. If you've ever participated in a half marathon or any kind of race, then you know that people from all walks of life show up, and that's just what you get from this novel. The cast is varied and engaging. Sometimes when you read books by the same author, characters can feel similar, but I don't have that experience at all between Foundryside and The City of Stairs. My only complaint about the characters, and this is a very mild complaint, is that it could have used more visual cues. But overall, I had no issues imagining these characters and getting into their skin. It's time to play Kiss, Marry, Kill. For Kiss, I'd have to say Sigurd. He's a Drayling, which I'd say is like a giant. He was a pirate king that was dethroned and then became a secretary, which is a very loose term for reinforcer. He's maybe a weird choice for Kiss, but he was by far my favorite character. Marry is difficult. I don't really think any of these characters are marriage material. If I'd have to pick someone, I'd pick Shara, the main character. She is a no-nonsense kind of woman, and I loved how she manipulated around so many complicated social and governmental issues and barriers. Kill is also difficult. I generally enjoyed everyone in the City of Stairs. I think, though, the person who was most grating was the governor Mulagash. I actually really liked her for the most part. She's crass and also no nonsense. I think what makes her my kill is that she seemed to look down on people. I think it was supposed to be annoyance, but it came off as haughty sometimes. I love a book that I can take something away from, and The City of Stairs didn't disappoint. This series looks at the ideals of the different gods and explores the good and the bad in their execution. It's a great reminder to be open to other cultures and other beliefs, even if on the surface they don't necessarily look that great. I'm Kevin, and thanks for watching my review of The City of Stairs. If The City of Stairs sounds like your vibe, check out my review of Master of Jin. I think you'll like it.